Subscribe to the channel, like, and share for more videos. The last room on the right. Clara, newly arrived in the big city to complete her architecture studies, found an old Victorian house in good condition. She rented a room that was reasonably priced with a charming view, but soon noticed something strange about the last room on the right in the hallway. The other tenants avoided the place and always changed the subject whenever Clara asked about it. One night, as the wind howled outside and shadows danced on the walls, Clara heard a whisper coming from the hallway. Curious and slightly uneasy, she decided to investigate. The hallway was dark and silent, and the door to the last room on the right was closed and covered in dust. Clara found an old key hidden under the rug. When she opened the door, the room was in a complete state of neglect. Furniture was covered with white sheets, and there was a musty smell and dust in the air. In the center of the room was a dusty table with an old journal on top. Driven by curiosity, Clara began to read. The journal belonged to a man named Thomas, who had rented the room before her. Thomas described a terrifying presence and a shadow that moved around the room, accompanied by a growing feeling of despair. The journal talked about an entity that fed on the loneliness and sadness of the inhabitants, and the room had become a portal for this entity. As Clara continued reading, she noticed a change in the atmosphere. The air seemed to grow colder, and the sound of footsteps echoed through the house. Clara felt a chill and looked around, seeing the shadow mentioned in the journal taking form. The shadow moved slowly, as if it were searching for something. Desperate, Clara tried to leave the room, but the door was locked from the inside, and the key had disappeared. The shadow was drawing closer, and Clara felt an increasing pressure on her chest. The flashlight flickered, and the temperature dropped even more. Clara remembered a passage in the journal about a spell that could repel the entity. With trembling hands, Clara followed the instructions and performed the spell, using items found on the table. The environment around her seemed to stir, and the shadow slowly began to disintegrate. Finally, the door unlocked, and Clara left the room, feeling an enormous weight lifted from her shoulders. She sought out the other tenants and told them what had happened. They revealed that the room had a sinister reputation and that many had tried to confront it before her. The experience left Clara with a new perspective on what lurked in the shadows and the importance of facing one's fears.